Hello, my dear students, honorable guardians, my beloved colleagues, and the viewers who are watching my class. Assalamu alaikum, a very good afternoon. This is Shirin Sultana, Assistant Teacher, English Version Day Shift, Vikarunisa Noon School and College. Welcome to the Noon Batayon Facebook live page, an online teaching platform launched by Vikarunisa Noon School and College. I am very glad to be a part of it. So, I would like to thank to the authority of Vikarunisa Noon School and College for giving me the opportunity to this platform, to take a class on this platform. My dear students, how are you doing? I hope you all are doing good by the grace of Almighty Allah. And I hope you are maintaining all the rules and regulations to fight against COVID-19, and you are also maintaining your study properly, staying at home. Today I am going to take a science class of class 6, chapter 9, Phenomenon of Light. I hope you are listening to me properly and you can watch me clearly. My dear students, please share the video if you want, as your friends who cannot attend now can watch the video later and get benefited. My dear students, I hope you all are ready with your study related necessary equipments so that you can continue the class properly. The students of our school, write your name in the comment box, section, roll number, shift name and branch name, and the students from another school, please write your name and the name of your school, as it is an open platform not for the students of our school but also for the students all over the country. I am again welcoming all the students of Bangladesh today. So first of all, let me check how many students are present now and whether my audio visual system is clear or not. All clear? Okay, it's all clear. Phenomenon of light. Hi, thank you. Many of you have already joined. This is science class. All is clear. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your prompt response. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, Farisa Hussein Momita, give me salam. Okay, walaikum salam. So everything is clear. We can start our lesson. Okay. Learning outcome. At the end of this class, the students will be able to discuss the propagation of light, explain why an object becomes visible, explain reflection and absorption of light, explain reflection of light from smooth and rough surface. Okay. So we all know that what are the sources of light. A glowing candle, fire, glowing matchstick, fire, light bulb, suns, whatever the sun, whatever the source of light, we all know that the ultimate source of light is the sun. We cannot see anything without light. So light is very essential for us. Without light, plant cannot produce their food. We all know that plant produce their own food by the help of water and carbon dioxide at the presence of sunlight. So sun is the source of light here, and light can work. Light has the ability to do work, and we know that the ability of doing any work is the energy. So we can say that light is a kind of energy. And in the class 5, I hope you can remember what is the speed of light. You have learned in the class 5. The speed of light is 3 lakh kilometer per second. So, scientists believe that nothing can travel faster than light. If you could have this ability, you could traverse the earth 7 times in a second. So, the speed of light is fast. I think, and scientists believe that nothing can travel faster than light. So I feel much interest about the phenomenon of light, and I think you also feel like. So let's start our lesson, the phenomenon of light. Okay? Do you know, girls, how light propagates? We all know that light propagates in a straight line. To prove that, we will do a task. Okay, let's do a task. Light propagates in a straight line. For this experiment, we need propagation of light. We need 3 notebook covers, 3 thick notebook covers. First of all, we will place one notebook after another in such a way that 3 notebooks remains in the same line. The margin of the 3 notebooks remain in the same line. Then pick a hole on the middle of the notebook. Then with a nail or a thick needle. Then place the 3 notebook on a table in such a way that all the notebooks stand vertically on the table, and all the notebooks, all the holes of the notebooks remains in a straight line and remains horizontally with the table surface, and the notebooks should be placed vertically with the table surface. And then we will place a glowing candle behind the notebook, and as the flame of the candle remains in the line where the 3 holes present, okay, then we will look with the observe the we will try to observe the flame of the candle through the hole, okay, and we will observe that the candles is, we can see the flame of the candle. And after some time we will displace one notebook from the straight line, that the line break up. Then we will try to observe the flame of the candle from another back up from in front of the hole. But can we see the flame of the candle? No, we cannot see then the flame of the candle, because after displacing the notebook, zigzag line created, and then the holes of the notebook do not remain in the same line, in the straight line. So from these 2 experiments, it is clear that light travels in a straight line, not in a zigzag line. Light cannot travel in a zigzag line or in a curvilinear line. Light, we can say, light travels in a straight line. The straight line traversed by light is called the ray of light. Okay. Thank you for your prompt response. Thank you all for your prompt response. Okay. So from these 2 experiments, we are sure to say that light travels in a straight line. The light traversed by a straight line is called the ray of light. What is the ray of light? The light traversed by a straight line is called the ray of light. Now, how do we see? When light falls on an object, it reflects the light obstructed and come back to our eyes. Then we can see an object, and of course the light coming back on our eyes, our eyes should be normal. A blind person cannot see the object because their eyes are not normal. So to see an object, it is clear that light falls on an object and it lights obstructed and return back. Then after returning back, we can see the light. Okay. Now, Figure 1. Figure 1 shows, for this experiment we need a shoe box with a cover. We make a hole on the cover, at the middle of the cover, and also make a hole at the side of the shoe box, a big hole, and this on the cover a small hole, and place a stone chip. For this experiment we need a shoe box with cover and a stone chip and black paper, some black paper. We will place the black paper inside the shoe box in such a way that light can absorb all, and we will place the stone chip over the on the black paper. Then we will cover the shoe with the cover. We'll close the shoe box with the cover, and also cover the hole beside the shoe box, okay, with a black paper or a stone chip or a scotch tape. Then we will try. In the second figure there is one is trying to see the stone chip, but we cannot see the stone chip because light, we could not after when we the one hole beside the hole is the hole beside the shoe box is closed, then we cannot see the stone chip because light cannot enter inside the shoe box. But after opening the cover beside the shoe box, we will try to observe the stone chip over the hole of the cover. Then we can see the stone chip. So it is clear that when light fall on an object and return back to our eyes, we can see anything. To see any object we need the obstruction, reflection of light, and normal eyes. Blind people cannot see because their eyes are not normal. Okay, now we are going to learn how we can see the writing prints from the books. We can see the writing prints from the books because we know that all the things, all the colors, we know that all the black writings absorbs all the colors of the light, and we can also light surface reflect the color and fall on our eyes. We can see the writing on the book. Then we are going to learn, we have just learned how we can see anything. The things. Now we are going to learn the objects, luminous object and non-luminous object. Object, and the object which has its own light is called luminous object. Example, which has its own light is called luminous object. Example, the sun, the stars. So the object which has its own light is called luminous object, and the object which do not have any light, which reflect the light of luminous object, that is called non-luminous object. Non-luminous object. Example, which has no light, which has no its own light, its own light is called non-luminous object. Object, for example, the earth, the moon, the earth, the moon, a football, a book. They cannot produce light, but they can reflect light. Now we are going to know the reflection of light, reflection and absorption of light. For this experiment, we need a tennis ball. If we throw a tennis ball on a wall, then it will come back. If we throw the tennis ball in making an angle, then it will come back making the same angle. Making the same angle. It will come back making the same angle. If we throw the tennis ball in a straight line, then it will come in a straight back in a straight line. Okay? Then from this experiment, these things we observe from the above task, it is clear that when the ball was thrown straight way, it returns back straight way. When the ball was thrown at an angle, it returns back making an angle. When the angle in which the ball is thrown, it returns back making that angle. So this, if we make which angle we throw, the ball will come back making the same angle. So it is clear that from this experiment we can slightly realize the reflection of light. Now we are going to learn the reflection making by a mirror. We place a mirror on the floor, surface of a floor, and torch light on the mirror in making different angle, and we will observe the light fall in which angle on the mirror come back making the same angle. So it is clear that light on the plane surface, light come back making a same angle. So from this experiment, it is clear that when light fall on an object, it obstructed and return back. When light fall on an object, this incidence is called the incident of ray. Incident of ray, and after returning back, when it obstructed and returned back, it is called the reflection of ray. It is called the reflection of ray, and it is the incidence of ray. Incident ray. This is incident ray and this is reflection of ray or reflected ray. Okay, so light fall on a surface is called the incident ray, and the incident of returning back, when it obstruct and return back, it is called the reflected ray or reflection of ray, and the phenomena is reflection of ray. Okay, on the smooth surface, light always reflect, making a same angle with the normal, and this is the normal. The normal is a imaginary line which point in the incident ray, which position with the is vertical with the surface where the incident ray points. Vertical with the surface where the incident ray point and reflected ray also point. Okay, now we are going to learn the incident, angle of incident and angle of reflection. We can see in the figure, this is the incident ray and this is the surface, this is the surface, this is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray, and this is normal. The angle, the incident ray make an angle with the normal. The angle which make the angle of incidence the incident ray which make an angle is the angle of make an angle with the normal, that is called angle of incidence, and this is the angle of incidence, and the angle which made by reflected ray with the normal, that is called the angle of reflection. So this is the angle of reflection and this is the angle of incidence and this is the angle of reflection. And we know that in the plane surface the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. In the plane surface, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Okay, but what about the rough surface? We have just learned the phenomena of incident ray and reflected ray on the smooth surface, but what about the rough surface? Yes, this is a smooth surface and incident ray these are incident ray, a torch, this is a torch, and these are incident ray. These are incident ray. In the first figure, these are incident ray and these are reflected ray. And in the first figure we can observe that incident ray are parallel to each other and reflected ray are also parallel to each other, and we know that incident ray make the same angle with the ray of incidence, but the angle of incident and the angle of reflection is the same in the plane surface. So this is the regular reflection. In the smooth surface regular reflection occurs, but in the case of rough surface, smooth surface, we know the steel mirror, plain mirror, and of course glass, maybe a plain glass, but rough surface may be a page of paper or a steel plate which has been used for more than for many times. Okay, and in the case of rough surface, let's observe which type of reflection occurred. There we can see that these are incident ray, and these are reflected ray. These are reflected ray. From the figure we can observe that incident ray are parallel to each other, but reflected ray are not parallel to each other, they are scattered. So in the, this can be said these are irregular reflection, because the reflected ray are not parallel to each other. Why they are not parallel to each other? Because the angle of incident is not equal to the angle of reflection. Angle of reflection is not equal to angle of incident. So it is clear that when in the irregular surface, irregular reflection, angle of incident are not equal to the angle of reflection, and angle of incidence is the incident ray are parallel to each other, but reflected ray are not parallel to each other, and these are also called irregular reflection or diffused reflection or scattered reflection. Irregular reflection or diffused reflection or scattered reflection are the same. Scattered reflection. So just now we have learned that which type of reflection occurs in the plane surface. On the plane surface regular reflection occurs, and on the rough surface irregular reflection or diffused reflection or scattered reflection occurs. Okay, now let's learn the principle of reflection. From this above previous experiment, what have we learned? Let us learn the principle of reflection. The principle of reflection is the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. The incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane, and the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. Of course, in the case of plane surface and smooth surface, okay, the direction of rays of incidence is just opposite to the direction of the rays of reflection, and these are the principle of reflection. Okay, now we are going to going to enjoy some quiz. Okay, not so difficult. I think all of you will be able to answer the quiz test. Number 1, the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection on a smooth surface is equal or unequal or small or large. These are MCQ type question, objective type question. Please answer. Number 2, which reflection follow the law of reflection? Regular reflection, diffused reflection, irregular reflection, scattered reflection. Okay. Number 3, what is called the straight line traversed by light? Answer please. I think all of you will be able to answer the question. Okay. Answer please. Yes. Number 3A, equal, the angle of incidence and angle of reflection on a smooth surface is equal. Yes. Number equal, yes. 1A, equal regular reflection. Yes. Yes, I also think that all of you will be able to do the answer correctly. Okay. Now I want to give you some HW. Please write it on your exercise copy. What is reflection of light? HW for you. What is reflection of light? Number 1, what is reflection of light? Number 2, write down the principle of reflection. Not so large HW, I think not so large, it is so reasonable HW, so you will be able to do the HW joyfully. Okay. Thank you for your prompt response. You all are correct. Your answer is correct. So I want to leave the class. Our lesson is over. So see you in the next class. Stay safe and fine by the grace of Almighty Allah, and study properly. Utilize your time. Goodbye.